Hello everyone, it's me Andrea. Today I will show you how I start a page a lot. I have backgrounds and then I get an idea, and there are a lot of ways you can get backgrounds. Here, this bubble wrap I use with this acrylic paint is not the main thing you will see. I only want to show you, I put my paint on this palette on the right and press my bubble wrap in there. At the end, I will have these layers of paint and quite useful. So what I do, I will show you later when I finish my pages here. This actually is one of my absolutely favorite colors at the moment. That's so-called opera rose from Winsor and Newton. I really love that one. And I really like it in this combination with the green. So beautiful. So I'm left then with two of these layers of paint on my palette. And I already had a page, little cardboard, package cardboard left over with this green, sea green in the background. That was a leftover paint. And I already pressed it into the green. And now I do the same with the pink. And voila, you have a background. So what to do with it? And when I have this background, I look at it and it gives me instantly an idea. That's what I do here. I like the background quite a lot, and I didn't want to cover it up a lot. So I will do some sort of a page or a picture on a picture, something like that. That's a little frame I create now. And I put this mask of a stamp in because that should go in, and of course it should have enough space. This is a very light gesso wash because I didn't want to cover up the background, but I wanted to mute it a bit, that this effect of picture in a picture it gets. So, and I start to stamp now. What you can see here is my stamp position now. It has this L-shaped acrylic cone, and then you have this acrylic block. It's not a block, it's very thin, like a plate. And you line that up on the corner, and you do the same with your stamp acrylic block, line it up to the corner and stamp it on this acrylic plate. Then you position it where you want to have the impression, line it up again against the L, and then you can put your impression down, put away that acrylic plate, and then line up your stamp acrylic block against this L shape. This impression is not very good, but it wasn't my intention because this is only giving me a guideline where to put the paint down. Could have used a gesso or white acrylic, but the same with Posca, it's basically white acrylic. I can work on this very small area so much cleaner and more precise. That's why I use the Posca. That's the only reason. And I use it because I want to have it completely covered with the paint. I didn't want the background to show through. And now, after I dried everything, the impression is going on. I line it up again with this acrylic plate, then onto the L shape, and then I ink up my stamp. I haven't changed the position on this acrylic block, important. Line it up again, the L again, and get a nice impression here. I use the Memento ink, that's in black, that's really, really black and quite juicy. It doesn't dry that quick, so I use my heat gun to dry it up better. And this is actually the stamp I use, that's from Indigo Blue, this beautiful dragonfly. It's so detailed, I really like this one. And now I can start. Oh, before, you might wonder how to clean the acrylic plate there, because you have to use it again and again. Just a quick spritzer with this alcohol thing. We all have alcohol at home, haven't we? So, and it's clean and you can use it for the next impression. So, very easy. But now I go on with this mask. I put some repositional tape on it and cover up my stamping, because I want to have some background stamping, and for that I use my go-to script stamp from Kaisercraft. It's simply called Script, but really nice. The writing is nice on it and has some underlines. So, and I think I've never ever removed this plastic part from the top. I always use it freehand, so it's one of these things. And I can remove the tape, and then I had a bit of, I shouldn't have used that much of this repositional tape, because there was a bit left residue on that stamp image, and I had to remove it with my fingers, but it was okay. So I want to use this H2O, twinkling H2Os on my dragonfly. You have to activate it with water a bit before you start, a few minutes before, to get this watery colors. And I start with green. I didn't have some light blues. I'm very restricted with my colors here. But yeah, I will get more at some stage. And I leave the wings pretty light and have them a bit darker to the body, or closer to the body. And for the body I use different reds and purples and burgundies, stuff like that I have. And go always a bit darker for some areas. But that's basically it. It's not a lot to fill in because it's quite tiny. But it has a fantastic shine. This H2Os are so shiny. Have a look now. I will tilt it. You can see that. Yeah, here. Absolutely fantastic. It's a dragonfly and it needs to be shiny, doesn't it? So now I give it a frame with alcohol marker here. Never forget to clean your ruler, otherwise you smear on your paper. And I will give it a shading afterwards, that it looks much more like a page on a page. And I already start to blend or shade a bit on that dragonfly with my alcohol markers. I go in with them. I have a huge range of grays, so that's why I use them. I have them for a long time, but I've never used them a lot, and now I start to use them for shading here and there. It's a alcohol ink called Touch. I haven't seen them somewhere else actually. Got them in a good deals years ago, so and a bit of shading. Sorry, lost the plot. Around that frame, and I thought I need a bit going on there in a lined way, so that's why I use this mark making tools. This is simply a loo roll cut down, and I use it here for the black circles, and then I make more circles with some plastic tubes, little tubes you get when you buy new brushes, and they are covered with this round brushes for protection. Always keep them. They're absolutely great for mark making. I use a green and pink, this opera pink or opera rose. You can't really see it from this distance. You will see it in a close-up much better. And I had stamped with fishes in the background, carps, very, very lightly, but it didn't work for me, so that's why I went on with the circles. It looks so much better. And to shade the circles, I thought, recently I saw a lot of people using their pan pastels, and I thought, yeah, come on. I have pan pastels laying around and never ever use them. It's a shame, I know it is. All this buying and hoarding, awful. So that's why I thought it's a good idea to use it here. So I used the grey to fill the circles completely out with it, and in the next step I will use the pan pastel in black and put a little bit of shade in to it here and there. What I haven't got is a white one. I haven't got any white pastels. For the reflection, I actually start to use an eraser. You can erase it perfectly, but it wasn't light enough, so not reflecting enough to me. So what I have is this chalky pastels, these ones, and in white. So I thought, why not using them? It's okay. They are not that pigmented and intense like the pan pastel, but it works. It's okay. Go over a bit more often and then it works. And that's it actually. That's my page put on to a background I made by taking off paint, leftover paint. So that's always a good start. This is the close up already, and you will see some pictures at the end. So I really like to work like that. I hope you like it and give me a thumbs up, and I hope I could inspire you a bit. So if you are a bit having a problem with white pages, go try this method. It works fantastically. Thanks a lot for watching, guys, and I hope I will see you soon with my next project. So have a fantastic time. Bye-bye.